Okay, so hi, welcome back to this series of videos about my work placement. As I mentioned in the last video, this one's all about the positives about my placement, what I did well, and just what my roles were really, and how effective I thought I was at these, all the positives I thought. And then in my next video I will go through and evaluate myself and give myself some suggestions for what I could have done better for next time, and just looking back what I thought I could have done better really. But yeah, this one's all about the positives of what I did. So first I'll mention what the role was, what it kind of entailed, and then I'll go on to say what I thought I did well. Then obviously in the next video it'll be the same roles but the opposite. So yeah, my first role on my first day was assessing assignments. So while I was there, the group of students had some paired presentations to deliver on initiatives in the UK as part of the course. So alongside the teacher, I assessed the presentations and gave some immediate feedback for what I noticed. Then after each pair had been, myself and the teacher would have a quick discussion about what we thought about the presentations and then what grade we should what they should get. So I was assisting with that. So I feel like I assessed them really accurately and fairly. So when it came to the discussion at the end, me and Graham, the teacher, there was no there wasn't me saying one thing and him saying the other. We were very much in agreement with what we were saying. So I feel like with that, with someone like Graham having lots of experience with that and us kind of agreeing, I feel like I did a good job of that. Did it accurately, did it fairly. I wasn't too harsh on anyone, I wasn't more lenient on others, I was very fair in what I did. And I gave marks where I could, but if I couldn't then I didn't give them. So yeah, I think that's kind of where I went. Did well with that. My next one was delivering practical sessions. So I was given the responsibility of delivering some practical sessions to the class. Personally, I felt like this was my strongest area whilst on my placement, as all the students were very engaged and they all found it very enjoyable from the feedback that I got. I feel like the planning of my session was the key to delivering these, as if I didn't do that it wouldn't be as engaging or as enjoyable, and it just wouldn't work very well because it wouldn't be up to the standard of the college in the first place, and then it wouldn't be fun or enjoyable, so I wouldn't be getting the participation that I was. So I felt like me planning it, I could kind of see how it was going to go, double check with Graham to see if it was up to the standards, which he said it was, which I was quite pleased with, and then delivering it. I feel like one of my main areas while delivering was my differentiation, as because I was doing cricket, there was some students that play cricket and were quite good, and others that had never touched a cricket bat before. So differentiating the activities, I felt I did that quite well, as in particular one group was struggling, so I had to just differentiate, and they got to the same level in the end. In the end activity, everyone was kind of on the same wavelength, so I felt like just by differentiating slightly, it did help them progress through the session. So yeah, I felt like that was kind of my main area, was the delivery of practical sessions. So my next role, it's not really a role, it's just kind of something I personally wanted to do and Graham wanted me to do as well, was to share my personal experience really, because I have had more experience coaching and in the world of sport than the students. So I did this on multiple occasions with the students, to help them understand what I was saying and what I was thinking, and what was going on in the sessions, in practical and in theory. I felt this worked, as the students did seem to understand it more and have a bit more clarity on what was being said after I did share my own experiences and thoughts. So yeah, I think that worked quite well. So assisting theory sessions, in these I was just observant and offering my view when necessary. I was also there to help answer questions. What I did well in them was I didn't really get in the way much. Like Graham was the leader in that, so I didn't butt in too much. I was quite good at that. And then my last one was helping the students get the most out of the sessions, really. So this is very similar to the last point, like the two previous points, but I was there as an extra person with different experiences to Graham, and a different insight, different way of looking at stuff in subject areas. As I did do the course during the years 2017 to 18 and 2017-19 school years, I have the knowledge of the course that because I've done it before. I've done the assignments before. Like, I've done it before, so I did have that insight from the student's perspective, not just the teaching's perspective. So I felt like having that really did help me help them get the most out of the sessions. So I've got some other things that I did well apart from my roles. So I worked well as part of the teaching team, as when I was in the office. I got on well with all the staff, and I communicated really well with all of them. Had some good conversations with them. I also managed my time really well, as during the day I had a 2-hour break. That's just how the timetable fell, and I used this time for my practical planning for the next week to go over my stuff that I needed. I wanted to with the teacher, so like if I was planning a session for the next week, I'd go over with Graham and ask if it was okay and ask if it was up to standard and stuff. And then I was very punctual as well. I was never late, and quite often I was a few to 5 minutes early, especially for my practical sessions. I was normally 5 minutes early to get set up, so when the students came in, everything was set up, ready to go. There was no faffing on, just got set up and went. So yeah, that's the positives of my placements. As I said, next video will be what I could do better. So yeah, thanks for listening, and see you in a bit.